Alright, this is my first attempt at doing a flipped classroom for the Math 9 class. I'm going to start with Unit 7C notes. I'm just going to do the first couple problems just as a test run. We have evaluate each question with r equals 4 and s equals 12. So what I do is I input the values into the letters. So instead of r, it's going to be 4 plus 16 over 12, which is 20 over 12. And you can also allow your calculator to do this and reduce the numbers here. But by hand, I would divide each one of these by 4, and I end up with 5/3. Now, if r equals 4, it's really 1 over 4 to the negative third power. Now, if you remember, if it's a negative exponent, we're really just flipping it, aren't we? So if this is 1 over 4 to the negative 3, that's really 4 to the positive 3. 4 to the third power, again, you can at any time, please pause the video to make sure you know how to do this on your calculator, but 4 to the third is 64. And so that is the first questions where we're just evaluating. They will give a couple questions, maybe some formulas where you're just plugging in values and using your calculator. When we come to the next one, we're going to start putting letters involved. So we cannot put it in, but we do have to get rid of the negative exponents. Now, if you remember negative exponents, we're really flipping what we are doing. So now if I do this, I can flip the insides of this to go to 4 over n to the 7th to the third power. I've kept it. All I did was flip inside, change the negative 3 to a positive 3. Just like before, I'm just flipping it. So now here, this is not, we have a power raised to a power. Remember, there's an invisible 1 there. So 1 times 3 is really 4 to the third power. 7 times 3 is n to the 21st power. Since this is a number, it will want me to do 4 to the third, so it's really 64 over n to the 21st. This next one here, it's all letters. So, I mean, you can do this all in one step. But what I will do is I will flip the insides first. So it is z n cubed over x to the 4th y, all raised to the positive 4 power. And again, we're doing a power raised to a power. So remember, the z has an invisible 1 there, so that's really z to the 4th, n to the 12th, over x to the 16th, y to the 4th. There are no letters that are the same, so I cannot reduce. Here, we're just reducing some fractions, and in this next one here, when we're dividing by the 2x, we'll show you that in a slightly different way. But this is just good old-fashioned reducing of fractions. 14 over 35. Again, you could plug this into your calculator, and you should notice that both of these numbers are divisible by 7. So if I divide both top and bottom by 7, 14 divided by 7 is 2, 35 divided by 7 is 5. But in your calculators, if you do type 14 over 35, it should automatically reduce it to this number. Now, when doing b to the 9th over b squared, we have to remember the rules of division when we're dealing with exponents. It's just 9 minus 2, so it's really b to the 7th, and it remains on the top. So that's my answer, 2b to the 7th over 5. This next question, what we want to do is we actually want to split it into 3 reducing questions here. Since this is a monomial, there's only one term here. Now if we look down here at z plus 6, the next question down here, that's a binomial, and that's a different process. But when it's a monomial, all we really have to do is do 28x cubed over 2x plus 4x squared over 2x minus 6x over 2x. And then we reduce it just like the question before. 28 divided by 2 is 14. X cubed over x. Again, we're dividing, so we just subtract x. 1 is 3 minus 1, so that's x squared plus 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 minus 1 is just x, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and the x's just cancel, and that is my answer. And I will stop that now with a quick 5-minute video.